Hey YouTube, here's a quick Sunday tip for you. I'm working on a half-ton Chevy pickup. It's a 2008 four-wheel drive half-ton model. As you can see here, I am working on the drum, working at removing the drum. I've backed off the brake shoes so that they're not going to drag on the lip that's on the inside of this drum. But sprayed some Kroil. Let it sit here. I've done a typical whack it with a hammer real hard over there between the studs. Still no go. So you might be wondering, if you're like a home mechanic, what's the next step that you can do before running to the parts store to either buy or rent a brake drum puller. Well, as you can see here, a lot of these factory drums have threaded holes here. An M10 bolt, 1.5 pitch, about 30 millimeters long, will thread into these holes. Now you want to make certain that these holes are cleaned out so that you can thread these bolts in properly. I'm going to go ahead and do that real quick, and we'll see you here in the next clip. Okay, I took a little pick and cleaned out the threads in the holes and was able to get the jack bolts threaded into the holes. I'm lucky here, I've got an impact wrench, so I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of tension on each of these bolts. Try to torque them evenly, but you don't want to go all out. Just want to go a couple whacks at a time and slowly try to get this out. These threads generally aren't very strong, so this is basically a last-ditch effort before you go and rent a puller. So plug your ears. We're going to start with that. Said there's only like 5 threads in each hole. Not very strong to begin with, and these holes are basically a last-ditch effort, at least for those of you in rusty states. You know, I'm in Alaska, and I'm sure a lot of you in like the Midwest or the East Coast would see a lot of corrosion there too. So once you get some torque applied onto those 2 jack bolts, you can proceed and whack it with this little mini sledgehammer. Okay, got you set up on a little makeshift tripod. As we were, got these 2 M10 by 1.25 bolts threaded into the holes. Tighten them a little bit. Like I said, you don't want to go all out at first and try to jack the drum off of there. You'll strip those threads pretty easily. But once you have some torque applied to those, you can try to whack it with sledgehammer. Be careful to not hit the studs here. So cover your ears. Not sure if you saw that, but we popped the drum, and apparently I didn't back up the shoes enough. But that's how you get a drum off. Anyway, big things to remember is to spray. You want to use a penetrant oil like air Kroil and spray around the lug studs as well as around the axle flange. And as you can see here, this is all wet with Kroil. That's the reason why I personally like this stuff. It actually gets in there and works out. Anyway, hope this tip helps. If you have any questions, please let me know. Shoot me a message, and I'll try to respond as quickly as I can. Thanks for watching.